Our Kyiv correspondent Gulliver Cragg has the latest on the ground and reports from the port city of Odessa.
While fierce fighting continues in both southern and eastern Ukraine, there have been no major breakthroughs reported, neither for the Ukrainian forces trying to reach Kherson and free it from under Russian occupation, nor for the Russians who've been trying to occupy the Ukrainian-held Donbass city of Bakhmut for the past 4 months, inflicting severe casualties on the Ukrainian side and taking severe casualties themselves, but without managing to take the city. Meanwhile, though, attention is turning to another, as it were, front in this war, one that we stopped talking about during the summer after a solution seemed to have been found with an agreement to unblock the Black Sea ports and allow Ukraine to export its grain under supervision from the United Nations and Turkey. But lately, Ukraine has been accusing the Russians of no longer complying with its obligations under this agreement. And that's why I've come here to one of the ports in the Odessa region in Ukraine to see what's really going on. I've already seen that there are huge numbers of trucks here loaded with grain, apparently unable to unload it either under ships or into grain storage facilities. And the reason for that, the Ukrainians say, is because the Russians are holding up the passage of ships through the Bosphorus into the Black Sea to come to Ukrainian ports and pick up the grain. Previously, under the terms of the deal, the Russians were inspecting the ships to check they weren't carrying weaponry, essentially, and these inspections were taking about an hour, which allowed things to run pretty smoothly, according to what the Deputy Ukrainian Infrastructure Ministry told me this week. But in the last 3 weeks, they have been making fewer people available for the inspections and making each inspection take much longer, with the result that there are now more than 160 vessels trapped in the Bosphorus waiting to get through this inspection process and get to Ukraine to pick up the grain. Earlier today, I spoke to a farmer in central Ukraine who said that for him, the Black Sea ports have been closed for more than 2 weeks now. He has been unable to get rid of the last of the grain he was hoping to export from his warehouses in order to harvest the next harvest of corn and stock it in order for it to be exported in turn.